For a long time, the NFL did everything they could to try to distance themselves from gambling. But in recent years, with all this money on the line, with all these different apps and programs and websites that you can go to that makes it so easy to gamble on sports, including the NFL, they really did start to embrace it, except when it comes to their players. After the suspension, the year-long suspension of Calvin Ridley of the Falcons, we now have a big hammer that is being dropped on several NFL players, 4 of them being Detroit Lions players. 5 NFL players suspended for violating league's gambling policy, including the Lions' 2022 first-round pick. Now, some of these guys, 3 of them, were suspended for an entire year, and a couple of these guys have already been released from the Detroit Lions. Some of them only got 6-game suspensions. Let's get into this. This is big. And it's other members within the Detroit Lions organization that were found to also be gambling that have been let go. This could get deep, and this could get bad for the NFL and for Detroit. The NFL has made it very clear that gambling on games won't be tolerated, and 5 different players found that out the hard way. The NFL has announced that Stanley Berryhill, Jameson Williams, Quintez Cephas, CJ Moore, and Shaka Toney have all been suspended for gambling. The Lions were hit the hardest by the suspensions. The first 4 players are all Lions players, while Toney plays for the Commanders. The most notable name is Jameson Williams, who's the 12th overall pick in the 2022 draft. Although each player has now been suspended, the suspensions aren't created equally. Williams and Berryhill have each only been suspended for 6 games, and there is a reason for that. Reportedly, and let's go down here, the reason Williams and Berryhill didn't get hit with 1-year suspensions is because they didn't bet on NFL games. According to NFL.com, those 2 were caught betting on college games at the team's practice facility. The NFL's gambling policy prohibits anyone in the NFL from engaging in any form of gambling in club or league facilities or venues, including practice facilities. Now, those ones, I think that's a little bit crazy. Like if you're just on your phone on an app, whatever, betting on a college game, I think that it's against the rules. Obviously, should that rule be in place, that's up for whatever your opinion is. I think that's a little bit silly personally, but they're clearly making this a big priority with these other big suspensions. The other 3 players have all been suspended for at least 1 year. They have been indefinitely banned and can't apply for reinstatement until April 2024 at the earliest. And whenever Cephas and Moore end up returning, they won't be playing for the Lions. They were released just minutes after it was announced. As a result of an NFL investigation, it came to our attention that a few of our players have violated the gambling policy. These players exhibited decision-making that's not consistent with our values and violates league rules. We made the decision to part ways with Quintez and CJ immediately. We are disappointed in Stanley and Jameson, who will work with both players so they understand the severity moving forward. This might just be the tip. I think with this stuff going on, so much of it centered in the Lions organization, maybe there might be more stuff coming down the line. The NFL decided to get into bed with these gambling companies, in official capacity. But they still have to make very, very sure that the public perception of all these NFL players, that nobody might have any money on any of these games. Because if that happens, the league will be tainted. You already hear about NFL's rigged, all this stuff all the time anyway. If it comes out that a lot of these guys are betting on NFL games or even their own games at times, it could be really, really bad. I think that's what the NFL wants to stop. But right now, there's a bad look for the NFL, and certainly a bad look and a chaotic look for the Detroit Lions. Coming off that impressive year last year. People weren't expecting that out of Detroit last year, and they're really probably looking forward to take another step forward this year. This might hamper them and hang a cloud over that organization. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.